This lab is foundry, forging and welding lab. This lab consisting of three parts. One is foundry part, where the sand testing part is also included in the foundry part, and there is a forging part and a welding part. So now let us discuss how to prepare the greensand mold by using a single piece pattern. You can see here the cavity is provided in the drag side of the mold, whereas the cope side there is a gating systems are provided. So this is a full section of the mold set. So now you can see the vent holes are provided in the cope of the mold, and risers are also provided, and screw cup is provided in the cope side. Right? So here the purpose of giving the vent holes is to escape the gases which are generated during pouring the liquid metal inside the mold cavity. And you can also see the risers which are provided. Here the number of risers are provided is 2. The deciding the number of risers is very much important in order to get the sound castings. Particularly gating system is very much important in the casting to produce in order to get the sound castings. So unless there is a proper gating system, it is difficult to get the quality castings without any defects. So here you can see the risers are provided here is 2. The proper dimensions of the riser is also very much important. Otherwise what will happen? There is a defect called shrinkage cavity defects which may arise in the castings. So that is the reason why gating system is very much important, which directly gives an impact on quality of the castings. Right? So now let us make a move towards how to prepare the mold.
Go.
Now we are near to the molding section and near to the mold box. So here the greensand mold you can see here. So this greensand mold, so this greensand mixture is prepared by using the bentonite and as well as the moisture. So here the mold sand mixture which is prepared by having 3 to 6% of moisture and 6 to 10% of bentonite which has been added to prepare the greensand mixture. Now come to the flask. Now this is the pattern which we are using to prepare the mold cavity in the drag side. So you can observe the pattern is simple in shape, right? So this shape of the patterns we can create the cavity in the drag of the mold. So now you can see the draft tolerance is also provided. Draft tolerance is very much important, particularly for this kind of patterns, because when you are removing the pattern from the mold, there is always chances of damaging the mold cavity. Hence draft tolerances must be given to the patterns. So generally there are two types of draft tolerances. One is the external surfaces and the internal surfaces draft tolerances are generally giving. So these draft tolerances must be given to the all surfaces of the pattern which are perpendicular to the parting plane. So generally draft tolerances are higher for inner side of the inner walls when compared to the outer portions of the pattern. Okay, now let us keep this pattern inside the flask at appropriate place. Okay, now after keeping the pattern inside the flask, so now pour the prepared greensand mixture inside the flask over the pattern carefully and ram it by using the ball peen rammer and round rammers. When once you continue to pour until it fills the flask, when once it is filled, the excess sand has been removed by using the strike off bar. When once it is prepared the drag box, then keep the drag box in the inverted position, right? So now this half of the box is ready. Then spread the parting sand over the drag box and mark the gating and runner positions in the drag box. Okay, when once you prepare the drag box, now you are supposed to prepare the cope of the box. So place the cope of the box over the drag box, right, and place the risers and screw at appropriate position here. So location of riser and the location of screw and the location of gate is very much important. After keeping the screw pin and the riser pin, pour the prepared greensand mixture over the over the inside over the coke box. When once you and until it fills the cope of the mold. When once it is prepared, and you can see here it is a prepared coke box, and level it. Once it is prepared, and you come back to the drag box. So here this is the drag box where the pattern is removed, right? So you can see after removing the pattern, removing the pattern, you have to create the gates and runner positions, right? So when once you prepare the gates, once you finish it properly by cutting the gate, base screw and runner, and once it is prepared in all respects, and apply the refractory fluid inside the cavity. So when once it is prepared, and keep the cope box over the drag box. When once it is placed carefully over the drag box, and you must see that there won't be any mismatch. Otherwise what will happen? The casting, a defective casting coming out with a defect, so called mismatch. So that is the reason why the coke box have to be carefully placed over the drag box. Now the mold set is ready for sending the casting section. Now this set has to be sent to the casting section, where the liquid metal is prepared in the furnace by, after maintaining a proper chemical composition in the liquid metal at the furnace section, and that has to, and by removing the slag which is generally floating on the liquid metal, then this liquid metal is transferred from the prepared liquid metal is transferred to the ladle from the furnace, and then pour this liquid metal to the mold side, to the mold cavity through the sprue. So until it fills the mold cavity as well as riser. Okay. Now once it is filled in the mold cavity and as well as the riser, allow the liquid metal to solidify for a couple of hours. When once it is solidified in the mold set, then the whole set has to be sent to the fettling section, where to break the sand mold to get the casting. Then once it is broken at the fettling section, degating has to be done at the fettling section. Once it is degated, then the casting has to be sent for shot blasting process, where the small sand particles adhering onto the sand casting surface, so those adhered sand particles will be removed by sending this to the shot blasting process. Then once it is shot blasted, that has been sent for heat treatment process, right? So generally almost all the castings will be sent for normalizing process, because this normalizing heat treatment process which removes the thermal stresses of the castings. Not only that, it also reduces the average grain size. So because of that, the strength of the material increases by reducing the average grain size. When once the heat treatment process is over, further it will send for machining process in order to give the final dimensions, shape and dimensions. Then it is ready for dispatch. Thank you.